All right. Well, look at that. Look at that. I'm live again. Wish it would ask me before it does that. Now I got a suggestion yesterday or today. Sorry, it's a couple hours ago. I've been so busy today that I should promote this. What should I say? I'm live. Come by and hang out. And then I should post, let's see here. Also, for those popping in right now, how are ya? How you doing? You doing well? I hope so. I hope you are. Need to find image to promote. Where is the image that I need? Probably should have done this before I went live, but these streams aren't really serious right now. They're more or less practice. Because it's been a minute. I should probably put the link in that. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's see. Copy URL. Hopefully that works. Does that work? Let's see. It does. Okay. Don't touch anything. I think it's all working now. Hey, everybody. What's going on? I'm the Sea Tactics, and I'm here to ramble for about an hour or so. And then I'm going to hop into my Discord server. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Man, this is like... YouTube is like, in terms of like the delay, it's been really good. Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? What's up, Mayan Frider? Hydroids? Small King Nathan? Yeah, I'm very tired too. Let's see how many steps I did today. I did 13,233 steps. You misspell your name? Dude, not only did I do 13,233 steps, I also did 30 good mornings, which is an exercise. Look up what a good morning is. And I did 20 like low squats. I'm actually trying to get back into shape. That's the goal. What about good nights? I don't know. Is there an exercise that's a good night? Let's see. Let's test this theory out. Good night exercise. Probably just be like, here's all the exercise you can do. Yeah. Well, it looks to be sort of like a yoga pose, maybe. Oh, these are just good night stretches. Yeah, it's exactly what I thought. Damn, they didn't have to illustrate the girl that way, but they did. Holy crap. Good for them. How are you doing? It's been a while since I saw your videos. It's been a while since I saw my own videos. The last I uploaded was... Let me check. Let me check. This is about a couple months ago now. Let's see. Oh, YouTube load. March 7th, 2026. So that was about 2 months ago now that I last uploaded a video. And the reason for that is because I was not enjoying what I was doing, so I stopped uploading. It helped that every week I would get yelled at in my Jujutsu Kaisen videos for my opinions. Bro in manic mode? Honestly, no. I've actually been journaling a lot lately. I've been, I've signed myself back up to go to therapy and stuff, and I've been working out a lot. I've been, eating a lot healthier. I'm basically kind of like, back on my shit, back on the wagon again. It's not perfect, but things are going well. I think later tonight or tomorrow, I'm gonna look into my area and actually gonna go to a couple of cons or whatever. So that's fun. I need a girlfriend. That's a very funny statement. As the sea tactics, you get a lot of interest from the opposite sex. Now, the last video I saw during the Attack on Titan video, Tigo Carry mental health is always great to do. The last video you saw was an AOT one. That's pretty cool. Or boyfriend. If it's Mei Kinosaki from Marriage Toxin, I will gladly take a boyfriend. But no, I'm doing good when it comes to attention from women. I always do pretty good in that regard. Usually people online really appreciate my voice, we'll say. And soon they're going to be appreciating dat ass because I've been doing lots of squats, been doing good mornings, getting that leg day going. It's the guy from Steins Gate. El Sai Kongru. That would be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny. If I was Okabe. It's actually, what's crazy is I really want to rewatch Steins Gate. Steins Gate is one of those great anime that you can just rewatch forever and ever. Like, you can watch it back to back, rewatch it back to back. You can, there's also so many different, there's like movies and pseudo alternate timelines that you can get into. There's the visual novels, which have been re-released and re-released and remade and remade and re-released. And there's a new remake coming out soon that doesn't look very, very good or interesting. But for Steins Gate fans, it's a new way to experience something. But I'm rambling. That's manic mode right there. Where you remind me of something that exists, and then I just go right into it. But yeah, what is the last Attack on Titan video I did? Now I'm actually curious. Now I'm really curious. It was the Heart of Attack on Titan, which was a 15.5-minute video about Sasha that I put so much freaking work into and a lot of money into, and only 1,000 people watched the video. The one I did before that was one on Squad Levi. Probably not the best topics to do. And the one before that was a time travel video, which got like 37,000 views. And that was 2 years after the ending. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah. Holy shit. What? Oh my god. How did I not notice this? Oh, this is making me rethink some things. Okay, I saw back in the day, so about 3 years ago? 2 years ago, it's 2024, 2 years ago, I uploaded a video that was my analysis on episode 1, and the idea was I'd go through each episode of Attack on Titan again and review it episode by episode. I just saw it has 11,000 views. Something tells me I should reconsider that. I actually put in a lot of effort. Some of these post AOT YouTube videos. Welcome back. Thank you. Got to do stuff that trends. Exactly. Look like people love what if stories. They do. Eventually, I was eventually thinking just like at some point Attack on Titan content is going to be in again. And I don't know when that is going to be. But more and more I've been thinking about it lately. So maybe it is time to fire it up and revisit some old topics and redo some old videos that kind of frankly just suck looking back. Looking at you, 90% of the content I made during Attack on Titan's airing. Like for example, the Japanese giving out about people trying to improve their anime using AI. Ugh, I don't like AI. I did, for a while, I experimented with, like, using AI to help me write. Those were not good times, because those were just not good times. Some of those videos were, I mean, they're fine or whatever, but I just felt really disgusting using them. And I don't even remember which ones I used AI for. Mostly some of the recaps that I used to do, because there was a while I was into recaps and I wanted to do a lot of those, which I actually still relatively love doing recaps. Fun fact, I have an 1.5 hour Frieren Season 1 recap that is just not uploaded yet, and it will be eventually. I was even thinking about redoing my Attack on Titan full series recap. I think after the release of the special chapter, there's a chapter coming out. There's a new Attack on Titan. I thought Isayama said he retired. Are all the Titans gone after the end? I can't remember. They are. They are all gone. No more. No more Titans. Which, by the way, you know, looking back on Attack on Titan's ending now, there's like I feel like I've learned so much with the current political environment in the world. Just like learning about horrible things going on with genocide around the world. I feel like I've learned so much reading about that yeah. Do it by season. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing is I have a bunch of old thumbnails, and I wonder if I can find these, because I actually have a lot of thumbnails that I paid people to do way back when. Like, I'm going to have to find these, I would have to go into my, like, video archives. But you'd be surprised. Doing it episode by episode, people really like that stuff. Where is it? Is it here? No, that's my super duper old archives before. It was from like 2014 to 18. Those are very old. Where in the hell are these things at? Oh my god, I found a bunch of my old deleted video. Oh my god, I'm finding so many things that are making me cringe. Where is your thumbnails? Whatever. Point is, I have a bunch of thumbnails I did for just that, like a review of each season. There is a Berserk video that's 8 hours long I re-listened to. The YouTuber just switched each batch of chapters from previous video. I mean, that's another one that I really want to do as well, is go through Berserk, and I thought about doing that, like doing a whole like video series on it, because I haven't. The last time I read through Berserk, it was at least 10 years ago. Yo, what's up, Matt? Attack on Titan chapter 140 was the final chapter that was released, and I just found it was released 2 years ago. Well, that's the one that's about Levi, right? Also, now I want to ask you about this, Small King Nathan, because I've heard mixed feelings on this. Are people not happy about the current output of Berserk? Is it just the fact that no chapters are coming out? Or is it the fact that it's not good? Because I know it takes forever for them to come out with chapters. Which to me is not a good sign. That in of itself makes me feel like eventually it's going to be canceled. It's both. Damn, that's crazy. The last thing I remember seeing was that Guts was kind of like crashing out. Like I don't know, like I don't want to be disrespectful to my man, my goat, you know, but like something happened to Casca or whatever, and he was like laying on the ground, but lacks so much dialogue. You know, I don't mind, like, and I know this is me as a Chainsaw Man reader, but I actually don't mind a lot of dialogue. I think Fujimoto has kind of turned me on to that, but then again, Fujimoto is a whole different beast. That man's art design and storytelling through art and visual design is just, it's incredible. Double check on the information, and it is about Levi, and there is no release date. All I know is that it hasn't released. Yeah, I read that. I read that when it came out. I was going to do a video on it, but something happened, or I may have done a video on it, but not like a standalone video, and some video. I added it on to something, probably. More of an anime watcher. Oh boy, oh boy. You're going to wait 8 million years for Chainsaw Man to be animated. Which is funny, because now that it's actually, we're getting past season 1, and we saw the Reze arc film. Chainsaw Man, I think if MAPPA didn't have any commitments to like JJK or all these other things they're doing, if they were just doing Chainsaw Man, it would probably be well into part 2 at this point. Like, Chainsaw Man isn't that long at all. It's quick. Very quick. Also, this is from Memories, but the last thing I hear from Berserk is Guts was... What? I don't even know what that sentence means. I don't even know what that sentence means at all. What chapters are we up to with Berserk? I feel like, are we still in the 300s with Berserk? Let me see. I'm going to go to a certain website that isn't official. You know what I mean? Let's find out. 383. We're still on 383. I remember when 383 came out. I did a video on 383. It says, note, chapter 83 was removed by Miura. Deal with it. Wasn't 83 in the Golden Age arc? I don't remember what... That's near the end of it, right? Oh my god. Yeah, I remember reading this chapter. Oh, there is no dialogue whatsoever. So nothing has happened since then. Holy crap. Look at that. I mean, the art is so good, though. Holy shit. I wonder what's taking them so long. Are they just thinking of a plan? And maybe these first batches of chapters over the years were more or less like, hey, Berserk is going. And they're going to announce this big comeback. Man, the art is so good. It is so good. It's incredible. I mean, it looks... Man, the art, dude. That was a short-ass chapter. Usually I'm used to Berserk chapters being much more wordy and longer. But yeah, no, that was crazy. That was the last chapter I read, and still nothing has come out since then. I feel like recently Didn't they announce something? Berserk new chapter news. Let's see here. Updated April 2026. Let's see. Is this a AI article? It looks like it. The next volume will be out on October 27th. So that's later this year. But there's no word on anything else. I wouldn't even be mad if they were just release new chapters with the volumes. Then again, what do I know? No, all we know is that Guts was in crisis mentally, and his will to fight is gone, but when money is on, he will gain a new cause. Well, yeah. I think so. That's what Guts, that's the whole thing of Guts, is like, Guts finds a way to keep pushing forward. initially, that was way back in the beginning of the series. That was the Band of the Hawk. And then it became going out on his own and finding himself. And then it became Casca. And then it became Casca, again, getting revenge for both her and the death and the betrayal of the Band of the Hawk. And then that was a long time. He just sort of subsisted on revenge and vengeance. And then he's gotten out of that as of late. So he needs to find his new, his new muse, his new way to push forward. And I think, if I don't know, like, it's probably got to be something larger than him. Because there's a lot of stuff going down from what I remember in the world of Berserk. He is the Batman of manga. Oh, he sure is. Seferi's not rich. He is pretty handsome, though. He is very handsome. And I guess you could say Griffith maybe is his Joker a little bit. You didn't know I went live? I didn't know I went live either for a second. I was just sitting around having a very private conversation, and somebody's like, hey, see? And I go, oh, crap, I just said all of my social security out loud. But hello, Anthony. How are you doing? Yo, speaking of AOT, though, yesterday, I got my new AOT shirt in the mail, and I'm wearing it, and it's the panel. I don't know if you guys remember this in the manga, what this looks like, but it's so cool. It's the panel of the reveal of the Doomsday Titan. It's that one, the very end of the chapter. So good. Started watching your Attack on Titan videos when I was using heroin. It was a nice little light in a dark tunnel. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that I was able to be of some sort of support. I hope you're still sober. How many Batman manga he got so far? Yo, actually, speaking of Batman, a couple months ago, I think it was like in January or maybe it was December of last year, I got this really awesome deal. I bought for, I don't remember what price. It was under $10. It was a DVD set of 18 Batman films, animated films. You know what? I think it's right here. I'm gonna find. This is crazy. This is crazy. I can't even believe this existed. Let me find it because I think it's still relatively cheap. And when I got it, it was brand new, by the way. I bought it used off someone new. I'm aware of Batman got one in the 70s or 80s. Okay, so here. This is what it's called: Batman 80th Anniversary 18 Film Collection. I didn't get the Blu-ray version. I got the DVD version. I got it sealed on Mercari.com. I was less than $10. I mean, maybe $5 or $4 or $6 or something like that. I was bragging about it on Discord. Let me tell you, I was like, guys, look what I got. And listen to this. Listen to the list of all the films that are in this set. Like, this is unreal, the price I got this for. DVDs, by the way, so it's still great quality. So these are the movies in order. Gotham Knight, fantastic. Year One, Under the Red Hood, Bad Blood, Batman vs. Robin, Son of Batman, The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2, the animated films, of course, because these are all animated. Assault on Arkham, The Killing Joke, which I didn't realize was rated R, so hopefully that's good. Batman and Harley Quinn, which didn't know that was a thing at all. Sounds cursed. Potentially cursed. Gotham by Gaslight, Batman Ninja, which I've heard the Japanese version is really good. Return of the Caped Crusaders, Mask of the Phantasm. I can't wait to watch that one. Mystery of the Batwoman, Superman Batman Public Enemies, and Superman Batman Apocalypse. These are all the 18 mother flippin' films in one little DVD case. I think there's like a billion discs though. It's unwieldy. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 discs. Insane. Absolutely insane. Definitely check it out. Like, if it's $20, I would recommend it. I wouldn't recommend anything over 20, though. You know, not in this economy, right? I haven't watched your videos in a while. Are you still making AOT? And if not, what videos are you making now? I haven't really, the last year, though I've uploaded in the last year, maybe a little over the last year, I haven't really considered myself uploading as seriously on this channel. I mostly just uploaded seriously on my second channels. Those sort of became more of the priorities than this one. I've sort of, ever since AOT ended, struggled to find a purpose for this channel. One that I want, like one that inspires me. I basically just been doing, seasonal anime here and there. And it's just, I've kind of gotten tired of it. So, this last season I covered JJK Season 3 and Frieren Season 2, and it's nothing against those anime. Something against JJK Season 3. I don't know what, I just don't like that season. Love Season 2, mind you. Season 1's pretty good too, but Season 3, not something I would recommend. I think it's a big step down. Not in terms of animation or fights or whatever, but in terms of just story, which is what I like. Yeah, like a little over halfway through doing those videos, I was just like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm just gonna not upload anymore right now, and I'm just gonna focus on the other stuff. Which my other channels, I talk about Dawn to Dawn and Chainsaw Man. So yeah, there's gonna be a new. I don't want to say I'm switching to something. I would say currently I'm working on rethinking how I even do content creation, because I think it's just, I need a big update. I've been doing the same thing for 6 years. So I need to do something a little bit different and put myself out there in a different way that is inspiring to me. Because I don't think I could deal with another seasonal anime, if I'm being honest. Like, I need something just to, a world to kind of immerse myself in. So yeah, definitely expect more Sea Tactics stuff. I'm not going to hint at anything, but One Piece and JoJo. If you like that stuff like that, you may like the new stuff coming out here relatively soon. It just depends on how all that starts to come together. York video? No York video, Carp. You're trying to get me here. I don't like York. York she literally doesn't do anything. She lie and eat hot chip. That's literally her character. I've seen most of the Batman animated movies, and 95% are great. 4% I haven't seen, and 1% are not the best. I assume that 1% is Batman Ninja. Switch to a Song of Ice and Fire content. Isn't that, what is the guy? I mean, I think I know what it is. I just can't think of the name. Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, Mystery of the Batwoman are part of the same universe called the DC Animated Universe. Oh, really? I did not know anything about that. You should switch to a channel about naval battles so we can learn about some sea tactics. You know what's funny? There is, and you can't find them now because the YouTube algorithm changed so much, but for years when you typed in sea tactics, you would find exactly that. A channel called Sea Tactics, Sea Space Tactics, where they were promoting some sort of technology for like destroyers. Like massive ships with massive cannons. That's what she said. A refresher helps. I've been watching a few anime that I haven't finished for a while now. While I was watching Invincible and Spawn. Oh my god, dude. I need to rewatch that old Spawn movie with David Keith. Or is it Keith David? His name is sort of is a continuous flux. It goes back and forth. Game of Thrones. That's exactly what it is. Yes. I read the first, like, I don't know, maybe like 50 pages of the first book because I had the book and I couldn't tell you where that book went. I know for a fact it's somewhere, but I just cannot find it. A lot of other, like, I had a lot of other books too that were like that. But what's weird is I have those books with me still, but it's just that one is missing. I don't know where it is. And I remember reading it. There was something about a dog or Jon Snow or something like that. I don't remember it clearly, but I read it on Christmas Day like 10 years ago. Got all the books. How many of them are there? Actually, I'm rereading Animal Farm right now. I just got done reading a book called All About Love. I forget the subtitle to it, but it's a book by Bell Hooks. And it's not like a self-help book on learning how to get a girlfriend or boyfriend or date or whatever. It's more about diving into the concept of love as an action rather than like a noun, like a verb, and what it means. And there's like a really interesting chapter in there, like just to give you like an example of like how deep this book goes. There's an entire chapter about how basically children are slaves in modern society and stuff. It's really, really good. Really, like, eye-opening. It also goes into like a bunch of psychological stuff about how like love is like not having love as a human being is basically like a death sentence. You're basically living, but you're dead. It's a really, really cool book. The library borrows books from you? That's awesome. That's so freaking cool. There's 5 in the original? Nice. One day I'll read those. I will not watch the show. I know there's like, everyone's like, you should read it or you should watch it even though the ending's not very good. The last 2 seasons are not very good. I know. It's just not, I don't know. I'd rather watch Breaking Bad, right? Or Better Call Saul. I was watching the Spawn animated series and it is good. Also just finished with Sekirei. Now I am up to finishing Revolutionary Girl Utena and you watch Symphogear? Give this man everything. I have season 1 of Symphogear on Blu-ray. I was one of the lucky ones that pre-ordered it on Right Stuff. When Right Stuff still existed before they were bought out by Monopoly Crunchyroll. Freaking love Symphogear though. Symphogear is so good. And what's crazy, Symphogear is one of those anime where you watch season 1 and you're like, it's entertaining, but it's nothing special. And then season 2 you're like, well, that got better. And then season 3 is like, oh, well, that was pretty good. And then 4 is like, wow, that was great. And then 5, it's like, whoa, that's awesome. It just gets better and better. Last 3 seasons kind of suck. That's what I heard, like last 2 or 3. I have a couple of friends that I do a podcast with every Monday, actually. We talk about anime. Right now we're talking about stuff like Blue Gender and Witch Hat Atelier, Marriage Toxin, which is my new personal favorite, Akane Banashi, and a couple other stuff. But they were talking about a while back on the show the ending of Game of Thrones when it was happening. And they were just like bemoaning it the entire time, like, ugh. Especially EA on the show, everything animated. He was like, oh my god, this is so rough. you have the books from the series, the 100, but you never cracked them. Blue Gender is an amazing series. Great. Yes, that is the thing. We are like, we've covered up to episode 7 of Blue Gender on the podcast, and we're all enjoying it. And the thing is like, I went into it and I was like, I don't know if they'll really like this, but I think they'll appreciate some of it. I don't even think I'll like it that much, but as soon as, I don't know, like episode 2 hit, I was like, wow, this anime is so great. Like, it's definitely dated because it came out in 99, but like everything about it is really dated in some aspects. Not everything, like the music is killer. Still to this day, Blue Gender has one of the best one of the best soundtracks in anime history. That's my personal opinion, but that's very subjective, but I think it does. Because I listen to the soundtrack for Blue Gender to this day. I've never stopped listening to it. It's that good. But yeah, man, like the original dub, the English dub for Blue Gender is not that great, but it's like historically noteworthy because it's the first dub that Laura Bailey ever did for anime. And she would then go on later, or the same year probably, to star in Dragon Ball, and the rest is history. Now she's this, this huge actress who is in everything from still anime. She came back for Fruits Basket to play Toru. She was in a Call of Duty game and a bunch of other video games. She's Critical Role now and all that stuff, and it's really cool hearing her performance because she's like 18 or 19 in that anime, in the dub. And she's clearly rough, but like, even back then, like, she just showed so much talent. Like, she did the English opening and endings for Blue Gender, which is crazy. Just, she could do anything. She literally could do anything. I still love that old school animation, but that, me being born in the 90s, I was born in the 90s too, but yeah, Blue Gender is great. I actually own the entire series on DVD. I own the Viridian collection. And it's great because every disc has something special about it. Like the first disc has like a commentary on episode 1 from Laura Bailey and the guy who plays Yuji. I know he voices Gohan and Dragon Ball Z and stuff. So you definitely know his voice. Also, when you're talking about anime that get better each season, you're talking about my time with Ari Ferretta. I'm enjoying it and can't wait for season 4. You know what's funny is when Ari Ferretta, I remember when the first chapter came out, I read it in the manga, not the light novel, the manga. And I remember going, this is incredible. This setup is like so good for a lot. It's very cheesy, of course. But like the setup was so well executed for being what it was, which was just like this super duper edgy action thing. And then bam, second chapter is just like harem. Generic, fantasy harem series with fan service. I dropped off immediately. Like, I couldn't do it. So, it's not something I want to go back to either. But it's really funny is someone right now in the Discord server is recommending, or we're watching this very funny, but also like, kind of like cringy anime. It's something about Red Ranger or something. Like, it's like, what would happen if the Red Ranger went to another world? Went to a fantasy world, and it's so dumb that you just have to laugh. It's very entertaining. Not very much substance. But that's what we're watching right now, the Discord server. So funny. I don't mind good anime. A good laugh is needed. Yeah, I think so too. I get caught up in a lot of like only watching the best stuff. And sometimes I forget. Hey, probably need to watch something dumb and stupid for a second. And I think that's what that anime is doing. It's just good old dumb fun and entertainment. And that's all you need, really. At the end of the day, especially in these days, it's always good to have something entertaining. But once again, I would recommend. No, we are not watching Rent a Girlfriend on a loop, Carp. That's different. That's way different. Okay, so Satsuki the Savage, who's another friend on the KOA podcast, he was talking about how he's going through all of Rent a Girlfriend. Oh, have a good day, Mayan Frieder. Thanks for coming out. But he is watching the entire Rent a Girlfriend series on his Twitch, his Twitch. So definitely go check him out. Satsuki has crazy Twitch streams. He streams like fucking 12 hours a day every day. It's insane. I don't know how he does it. Or why he does it. That man's insane. His work ethic is, even better than mine in my prime. Happy Gilmore 2 on loop? No. If there's a movie, you guys should stay clear. Because I remember there was hype around this. This is why I watched this film. I watched Happy Gilmore 2 like the day it came out. That film was horrible. Easily one of the worst films I have ever seen in my entire life. And it's funny, like in the same week we watched the Ice Cube War of the Worlds. I think that's better. And that was a film that really was supposed to never even come out and see the light of day. It was a very bad COVID film where it was all filmed in a studio. And Ice Cube the entire time was just sitting behind like a webcam. And it was just not good. Not a good film. Looked like it was shot on an iPhone or something, for Christ's sake. And not in a good way. I've seen a lot of great films shot on really cheap stuff. For example, 28 Days Later. I noticed you talking about animes. Maybe YouTube Algo did this job. I'm still here. Do you watch Digimon Beat Break? If yes, I'm still watching. I do. I don't cover it on YouTube or anything like that, but I talk about it on. We watch it on the Discord server. It's very good. It's my first Digimon anime since I was a kid. And it's dark. It's really dark. Like, we're all caught up to it and everything, and like, I'm surprised they go to the lengths they do in some of these stories. It's so good. Like, there is I think it was what was the most recent episode, the one where they all are. It's like the Goofy episode where they were all like taken over or whatever, and they were like going crazy because some Digimon was having an effect on them and brainwashing them. And the character that looks like Armin is like, I'm just gonna stare at you forever to his Digimon. That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. Insane. I tend to think when I watch that series, like, what would I like if I was a kid and I'm watching Beat Break every week. I'm caught up to it. I'm immersed in the Digimon world. I got all the trading cards. I got all the video games. I play the mobile game if there is one. I've watched every series up until this point. What would they think about that episode? What would they think about much of Beat Break? Oh, have a good day, Mayan Frieder. And good luck with the dog walk. But yeah, I will be in my Discord server after this. So if any of you are interested, you just go to one of my videos. You know what? Probably won't be able to find them that easily. I'll just post a link in my in the chat here to my Discord. Let's see. Also, that's crazy. Someone was recommended my stream through the algorithm. That's just YouTube really doing something strange. Which, by the way, I think for future streams, I'm gonna start like trying to play games and stuff and be interesting. And I'm gonna stream more on Twitch too. I'm gonna try to obviously do these consistently as much as I possibly can. Tomorrow is what is tomorrow? Saturday? Saturday. Yeah, I'll do a stream tomorrow on Saturday as well. So I'll be here tomorrow if anyone's interested. And these are all to just help me get practice, get back into the swing of things, and become a content creator again. Because I really need it. I need to start looking at my like statistics and looking at the things people are searching up on my channel and be like, all right, I have to calculate the best content that will get the most people to watch me. Which, of course, is not what I'm going to do, actually. Because I'm past that stage of wanting to have everyone watch me. I just want enough people to watch me to build a community at this point. And that's it. I was thinking about streaming, like... So these are the games I have. I have Pragmata. I have... hold on, let me open Steam, actually. I mean, I have a lot of games on Steam, as most everyone does at this point, I think, but... Let's see here. Oh my god, logging in Steam, go quicker! You watch more gacha gaming content? Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts 3, and One Piece? You know, that's really funny, is the person who showed me Digimon Beat Break in the server has the exact same tastes as you! They love Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts 3, and One Piece. They love that. That's like their main things. They also play Genshin all the time. So much so that they've got me to play Genshin a couple of times recently, which is not super rare, but it's fun. Like, it's fun having someone who's not down your throat about Genshin. Not like, I don't know. Damn, who's that? I don't think you wouldn't know them. I don't think, but if you join the server, you would meet them pretty quickly. They're in the server every day. But yeah, I was thinking about streaming some games and stuff. I got like Baldur's Gate 3. Of course, I have Genshin Impact installed right now. I got Mouse PI for Hire, which is basically a Doom game. Like Pragmata, Repo, stuff like that. I was thinking about doing a replay of Stellar Blade after playing Pragmata. I need to beat Pragmata, though. But yeah, that's so insane. More and more people are finding me from those niches. But I will say, if you like One Piece, Soraxis, I am going to start covering One Piece stuff again, and I have in the past. Covered a lot of One Piece. Actually, let me find the playlist so I can just... I don't know if you like my content style or anything like that. I just typed in Oasis instead of One Piece. I was listening to Oasis today. Let's see here. Set as podcast? No. Get shareable link? Yes. Let's see. Oh, right! I was gonna stream Elden Ring. That's what I was gonna do. Because I need to do that. I should probably start downloading the game as soon as I possibly can. Which is like the last times I've streamed a game have all been Elden Ring for like the last, I don't know, whenever this game came out. It's 66 gigabytes. That's crazy, but I got the space, so let's cue the download. But yeah, like recently I've been, speaking of Final Fantasy though, I in the server I was streaming myself playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and you'll probably find this to be really funny if you've played Rebirth. But I got to Sephiroth, and I just dropped the game. I love Remake. Like, Final Fantasy VII Remake is so freaking good. I could play that game over and over. I'll 100% it every time. I love Remake. It's such a great game. And Rebirth, largely, I feel the same. But those open world quests are such a waste of time. I don't know what they were thinking with that. And apparently, from what people say about the game, they also agree with me. It was like just this crazy thing they did to make the game feel bogged down and just padded out with time that it didn't need it, because apparently the game, just the main quest line is pretty long, like just as long as the first one, which was like 40 hours or something like that. But like, I spent like 130 hours on Rebirth and I didn't even complete it, which I do plan to go back and beat the Sephiroth. But the reason is because Rebirth does this really awful thing where on Sephiroth, it doesn't save, and it has no quality of life. So I was at the final version of the Sephiroth. You find like 12 times. There's like 18 million bosses in the final like couple of hours, and it takes like 2 hours to get to Sephiroth. And if you die, it uses the checkpoints, but it will not save the checkpoint. So if you quit the game and you come back the next day, it will make you start over and replay the 2 hours of the boss fights you're doing to get to Sephiroth, which, by the way, are very difficult. Very difficult to get there in the first place. Especially if you're me, who is not the worst at any game, but sometimes, I have my moments. And, I couldn't get on board with that. I was like, you're not going to checkpoint me and save the game so I can replay that. I lost all of my progress, is what I'm saying. All of it. The 2 hours of progress, gone. I was like, I don't know. When the next one comes out, I will pick it back up, re-download it, and play through it. By the way, the optimization for Rebirth on PC is horrible. Don't buy the game on PC unless you have like an RTX 5090. Join the server. We'll see what's going up there. My phone display broke by typing that. I have a purple line now, 24/7. What? Holy shit. Did I do that? That's not good. Now you're never going to forget me. This is not good at all. You know what? It wasn't me. It was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that did it. That game is cursed. That game, dude. I have a RTX 4060, 8GB edition. That's not a bad graphics card. It's a pretty good one, actually. And my CPU is like, I don't know, like a 1070K or this. It's a really good 6-core processor. It has 12 threads. It's got like a really high clock speed, and I could even overclock it if I wanted to. It's one of those. And the motherboard is like really good too for what it is. It was a PC I paid $700 for, but new it was like $1,400. I got a really good deal on it. That playing Rebirth on PC is one of the worst experiences I had in terms of PC optimization. Like, the VSync was totally broken on Rebirth. So you could turn it on, you could turn it off, doesn't matter. You're getting screen tearing, your frame rates are going crazy. I never got a solid frame rate in that game. It must be fate or a sign if that happened. Oh, I hope it's a good sign, not a bad one. But I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the sub. The fact I got a sub from streaming, you may be the first person in C-Tactics streaming history. By the way, I've been doing content creation for 15 years. But what was I saying? But yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten a sub from streaming. Ever. I think post-streaming, like from my VODs, absolutely. Like, I've gotten thousands of subs from post-streaming VODs and stuff. But, like, especially in the Attack on Titan days when I used to cover Attack on Titan every week. That would happen quite a bit. But now, you know, that's a first. That's a first. So it's a little dopamine hit as a content creator. I appreciate that. Something I guess my personality is still something that people enjoy, and I have something interesting to say about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which, by the way, continuing on that track, because I'm having a therapy session live about this game. Do not buy it on PC. And you know what sucks? I own it on PS5 as well. I bought, by the way, speaking of Final Fantasy, I bought a PlayStation 5 for Final Fantasy 16. Don't skill issue me, Carp! You watch me play it in the server. You know how bad the optimization is. Now, back to Rebirth. Even on the PS5, the optimization is horrible. The game plays at like 720p max resolution on a PlayStation 5. And it's blurry. It looks like a PS3 like filters over the game. Like it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing, Square Enix? What are we doing? And then Final Fantasy 16. I bought a PlayStation 5 for Final Fantasy 16. I was like, I'm doing this. I'm going to spend the $580, to get the PS5 and Final Fantasy 16. There's no way this game can be bad. It's a Final Fantasy game. I know Square Enix is like hit or miss all the time, but this is like, they were promoting it. They were like, yo, we're going back to medieval setting. And the cutscenes from the trailers, Final Fantasy 16, great looking game. Same issue as Rebirth. Not only that, I did not like Final Fantasy 16. I couldn't get into it. And it's not the story. I just thought the game was boring because the side quests were strange. It were really strange. The side quests were like, go collect 25 feathers. It's like, okay, well, one of those is fine, right? You go to like another NPC later in the game, and it's like, collect 15 iron ore. And it's like, hold on. Hold up. What are we doing here? So I guess what I'm saying is Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, their side quests have the same problem. Padding. Too much padding. Not only that, I did not like the gameplay of 16. Well, oh god, I'm sorry to say, since you like Final Fantasy 16, it is not like Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Final Fantasy 6, these are like my favorite Final Fantasy game. I even love Final Fantasy 13. I even think Final Fantasy 15 has a lot of merit and a lot of charm to it for what it is. But like, I don't know. Like, I did not like the gameplay of 16. Final Fantasy 16 to me felt like it was button mashy. But button mashy to the point that my fingers got tired. And it felt like just too bloated. Like, I understand it was trying to be Devil May Cry, but like there was no... It didn't feel like Devil May Cry. I didn't understand that comparison when people brought it up. And I got a lot of hate for this. And I still stand by this, especially now, since it's been updated a lot. But if you remember, Final Fantasy 16 and Starfield came out at the same time. I preferred Starfield over Final Fantasy 16. Just because, which is, those are two wildly different games, and there's no reason to compare the two beyond that. This is just like me at the time, like the two games I bought at the time, because they came out at the same time, Starfield and Final Fantasy 16. Granted, I paid $580 for Final Fantasy 16. Which probably is like the main issue of Final Fantasy 16 for me, is the fact I paid so much for the game and it didn't meet my expectations, which made me drop off immediately. But Starfield, it just felt like a more rounded game in some aspects. And I didn't feel like I was constantly wasting time with side quests that didn't make sense, that were repetitive. And fighting mechanics that people were telling me was like, I remember at the time people were like, there were like trolls out there, like a lot of trolls, like it was very trendy for people to be like, yeah, get with it, boys. Final Fantasy 16, the way this game plays is the future. We're never going back to JRPGs. You guys suck. We're going to be an action game now for the rest of time. And people were like fucking snarky about it, like attacking other people about it if you suggested otherwise, saying things like turn-based is horrible, it's dead, it's always been dead, when they completely ignore the fact that Persona exists and Pokemon exists. But yeah, like that didn't help me either. And it was just, I don't know. I do understand as well. I need to go back and play the game again now that it's been like a couple of years since it's been out. One of my friends right now, as we speak, is on Twitch streaming the game. And like, I'm not going to lie, like the boss fights and the graphics, they look really cool, but like, you know, I don't know. I just, $580. I just did not like, I don't like the PS5 either. So it's really funny, but like, oh, there's a bunch of free games on Steam right now. Holy shit. Add that to my account. 8 a.m. and Nocturnal. Those are free right now, completely free. I know about Nocturnal, that game. I've always wanted to play that game. But yeah, like, I don't know. I realize the game, like, for this is like a me thing and all of that, but I don't know. Though I will say, this morning I watched the trailer for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. That's got me a little bit excited, wanting to sit down and play an Assassin's Creed game. I really want to go back through Syndicate, because I thought Syndicate was a really, really, really fun game. Really good writing, too. Like, really good writing. Probably the best writing since the Ezio trilogy, or at least Assassin's Creed 3. Which I'm aware that has its issues. But I'm more talking about with the assassin part, not the real life stuff. Still in the middle of my doll walk, but damn, it was a good thing for me not to upgrade. I would not recommend the PS5. Now, this depends for what like you play and what you like. Like if you like to play Call of Duty or Madden every year, which I stopped playing those games. Could not. Black Ops 7, oof. Black Ops 6 was really bad. Black Ops 7 was even worse. Well, it was better in some ways, but even worse in the overall direction the franchise is going. But yeah, PS5. Like it had like Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade was pretty good, but that's on PC now. The Last of Us is not a good game. I don't like The Last of Us. That's an unpopular opinion for some people, not on the internet, but for people outside the internet, that is a very unpopular opinion. Any guess what could be the game of the year? I don't see any good games yet. Dude, what games have come out this year? Let's see. Well, Pragmata, probably. Games released in 2026. Pragmata is the best game I've played, but that came out like 4 days ago. Let's see. Dune Crawl, Fairy Tale Dungeons, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Wait, is this... Okay, yes, that's just a port. Whew. A lot of re-releases so far. And that's just in the month of January. Oh, Code Vein 2, I heard is pretty good. I've also heard other things about it too. Hollow Knight, Silk Song, is it what it's called? I think that finally came out, right? That may have been last year. Neo 3, I heard that one is pretty good. I heard Mugenics is like, it's a game about, it's a tactical role-playing roguelike about cats. And apparently it's like really good. And it's in like early access, but like people are saying like, why did you even put this in early access? It's a good game. Like it's a fucking complete game, you know? Let's see what else. Anything noteworthy? Oh boy. There's a whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of re-releases, remasters. A whole lot of more re-releases and remasters. Resident Evil Requiem? Probably. A lot of people love that game. Marathon, it was very good. I loved Marathon. I played 50 hours of that game. I know the internet, you're not supposed to like it because of the internet, but I loved it. So it's either probably like, for the games that I played, it's probably going to be like Marathon, Crimson Desert, Eugenics, Pragmata, and one of the other games I mentioned that I just forgot. It's probably going to be one of those. Waiting for Tides of Annihilation. I want to play that one too. Still want Stellar Blade, and yeah, dude, okay, so Pragmata has gotten me to want to replay Stellar Blade. Which, by the way, just so you guys are aware, I platinumed Stellar Blade. Not because I'm a degenerate, mind you. It's because I'm a man of culture. I like the gameplay. But yeah, I want to play Tides of Annihilation too. I have no idea when that game comes out. Comes out. I swear to God, if it's a PS5 exclusive, I'm gonna murder myself. That's a joke, by the way. Oh, it's on PC! Hell yeah! Oh, it's not a first-party game. Thank God. Yeah, Tides of Annihilation just looks like a bunch of very dominant women fighting each other. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We need more mature women fighting each other. I heard, what's her face? Jennifer English? Shadowheart lady? She's in that? And, yeah, I saw the new Kenna is, like, way different from the first game. Apparently the first game was, like a good, like a sleeper hit, too. Nostalgia kicking me for Dragon Ball Z Budokai games makes me wish for 4. Well, Sparking Zero is a sequel to Budokai 3. Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I have not played... We talked about this other day on the King of Anime podcast, where we were like... Because the most recent episode, we were talking about... Because they came out with a new DLC for it, and they released, like, a bunch of characters, and we were like... Yeah, it just kind of came out and went, and, like, Satsuki the Savage, the co-host on the show, he was like... Yeah, I streamed it, played it for like a couple of hours, and I just dropped it immediately. And for me, I was like, my hold off was the price of it, which I think it's still crazy, like full price. Let's see. Sparking. No, it's half off right now. But the thing is when it stops going from half off, it's going to go immediately to $70. I get it's a fighting game, but it's Budokai Tenkaichi 4. And I don't know how, like, what makes this a sequel to Budokai Tenkaichi 3? Like, I've not seen anything about this game. Like, before it was coming out, there was so much hype for it, and then, like, as soon as the game came out, it was just nobody talked about it. And I heard they had trouble releasing content for the game, which is probably what it was, but oh, I want to play like a good new Dragon Ball fighting game. They announced the other day they're going to do Xenoverse 3. Cannot wait for that. Cannot wait for that. I did a playthrough of Xenoverse on this channel some time ago when it came out, the first Xenoverse. On the PS3, no less. Which is the weirdest thing for me to do, because if you know me and my Discord server, like the games that came out on the PS3, I did not like the controller for the PS3, and I did not like the XMB, which is like the dashboard thing. I'm old, I know. We know why you played Stellar Blade. I played it because I like it. She also voices the girl from Expedition 33, Mael. Oh yeah, you said that. Yeah. Mael, so I need to play more Expedition 33. I bought it not too long ago. I played it when it came out because I was still a sub for Game Pass, which phrasing. Definitely need to rephrase that in the future. But, dude, Expedition 33 is so good. So good. That is why I haven't bought it yet. So, yeah. When Total War, Warhammer, eventually, I actually want to, like, legitimately play through, like, Total War. Like, at least one of them. I don't know. If not the third one, you know, the second or the first one. I have all three of them, and I actually want to play through Space Marine 1 and 2. I have those. How is Sparking Zero not supposed a Dicky? What? What? Rephrase that, please. Reword that entirely and turn on autocorrect. For the love of God. I don't understand any of that. But yes, Sparking Zero is a sequel to Budokai Tenkaichi 4 or 3. Which recently I got into emulating games, and I emulated Budokai 3 because I have the first two games on disc on PS2. Budokai 1 and 2. Which remember Budokai 2, if you remember Budokai 2, you're a real one. Because that was the board game Dragon Ball Z. So good. It also had the banger menu music. Dun, 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 dun. I ain't have to dumb myself down for you learned to read. I got Budokai 1 and Infinity World. What is Infinity World again? Is that a Dragon Ball game? I typed in Infinity World and it brings up infinite worlds make use of the world's most advanced AI technology. It's just Infinite World. It's just AI adventures. What is this? Oh, wow. Infinity World. Let's not talk about it. Infinity Ward. For the PS2? Okay. PlayStation 2. I don't think I've ever heard of this game. Oh, Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. This is... I played a little bit of this as a kid. I never got to play more than just a little bit because it was a rental. But I remember it was the box art. It had Super Boom on it because it was. I think this was right around the time the series was completed. I think what I ended up buying. This was one of the worst decisions I ever made. I bought Dragon Ball Z Sagas instead of Infinite World, and I just remember taking a sledgehammer and repeatedly bashing my own head in with it because that game is really bad. Though I love it, to be fair. I'm one of the best Dragon Ball Z Saga players you will ever find because I'm the only one. I don't even need co-op to beat that game. And that game's hard. Well, what I mean, Bill, is I don't know if it is or not because I've not seen anything about it. I've seen zero gameplay on Sparking Zero. Whereas, like, when Xenoverse came out, it was like I was inundated with gameplay everywhere. Or Fighters. Like, Fighters, I have watched hours of Fighters. Battlefront 2. Classic. But yeah, it looks like I'm gonna end the stream here. We got a little bit over an hour, 15 minutes. Thanks everyone for coming out. I really appreciate it, and I'll probably stream tomorrow as well. I'm fairly fairly positive I'll be live tomorrow on this channel. Every day I'm trying to improve something about this stream because I'm trying to get back into the content creation thing and dedicate myself and be consistent. So trying as hard as I can with my, I'm manic, so I have bipolar disorder, so difficult sometimes. But thanks everyone for coming out. I greatly appreciate it, and I shall see you guys tomorrow, and I'll be in my Discord server here soon, so hop in there if you haven't already. Bye-bye.